This is a mic check. Hi, this is Ann Vertel, and welcome. This is where we talk about living fearless, rich, and radiant. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about questions and asking good questions, asking the right questions. Because as psychologists, therapists, coaches all know, if you ask the right question, you will get a really good answer. And being able to tap into just the right question is key. And if you ask better questions, you'll get better answers. And that's not just true for asking clients and patients those questions, but we can do the same thing for ourselves. So sometimes I'll come into my office in the morning and I'll say, okay, what's the best question I can ask myself right now? Or what's the most productive thing I can be doing right now? So the questions that you ask yourself are key, because if you ask a better question of yourself, you're going to get a better answer. So let's look at what some of those questions might be. First of all, don't ask any question that starts with the word why, because as soon as you ask a why question, you feel defensive. I mean, let's just say, for instance, you're watching this video and you had the opportunity to ask me a question and you said, hey, Ann, why are you wearing a black sweater? Well, I might feel defensive about that. I might say, oh, because my white one was dirty, or I didn't, I just picked it out of the closet. I don't know. But even though it's a very innocuous question, I might feel that I have to justify my reasons for what I was doing. So don't ask yourself a why question, because it'll put you on the defensive. Secondly, you can ask where questions, what questions, and how questions. Those are good. But let me caution you. If you ask a how question, don't let it start with, how will I ever? Because you're going to get the answer to that question. Whatever question you ask, you'll get the answer to. So you don't want to say, how will I ever get through this day? Or how can I make this a decent day? Good heavens, you'll get the answer to that question. You want to start with, how can I best? So for instance, if you're trying to reach a goal today, or let's just say, for instance, a writer is trying to finish 3 pages of writing for the day. The question to ask would then be, how can I best complete the 3 pages of writing in the next 2 hours? That's a great question, because you'll get the answer to that question. And here's another little tip. If you expand on the question, you can expand on the answer. So maybe the question should be, how can I best get 3 pages of writing done in the next 2 hours and have fun in the process? Because you know what? You'll get the answer to that question. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down 5 questions that you can ask yourself every day. Maybe they're the questions that you would use to start your day, or maybe they're questions you use when you get stuck. But either way, I want you to have them at the ready so that you can ask yourself the really targeted questions, and then you can get a really good answer. Okay? Good. If you're not on my newsletter list, head over to annvertel.com and get on it, and I'll send you tips, tricks, and all kinds of neat stuff for how to live fearless, rich, and radiant. And until then, this is Ann Vertel saying, be bold. Hey, well, we're doing our thing here on the video. Yo. There's just no way you should be watching this.